everybody. Welcome to the show. We have a title card now, so we don't really need to say the show necessarily.
Oh yeah, good point.
But I am the Notorious B.I.V., and this is my boy Paulie G.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you that I'm not wearing anything on my t-shirt today.
Yeah.
I was going through my t-shirt drawer before I came over here, and I decided to wear something that didn't have any slogans or messages. That's right, in honor of our last video.
Wow. And I'm wearing regular old plaid, so you can say whatever you want about that.
There you go. Scottish heritage.
Draw your own inferences.
On your wife's side.
Yeah.
Not on your side.
Oh yeah, on my side too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
It's cool. So yeah, we're coming at you live in HD. You may have noticed our last video was in HD, and so the thing is, I've had an old phone for forever, and every time I tried to upload something in HD, it would be like, oh, you can't, you don't have enough space or whatever. So I would upload it in the lower format. I was just used to that. But the other day, I'm like, wait a second, like this is a new phone now. Maybe I'll just try HD. And it went. And I'm like, yeah, HD.
Nice.
So now we're in HD.
High definition.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's not 3D, but it's HD. We have to do stuff like this now.
There you go.
All right. So today's topic, we're going to talk about bathroom etiquette.
Bathroom etiquette.
Yeah.
Do you mean when you're in a public restroom?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And other places too, but we can start there. So, and this maybe goes along with what I was saying last week, which is I don't like to call attention to myself, right? Unless I choose to, like in a time and place of my choosing, I will call attention to myself. Like if I'm doing a performance or something like that, that's fine.
Right.
But like normally, I just like to kind of go under the radar and just live my life and not be noticed, for the most part. So, and that goes double in the bathroom, in a public restroom. Like I don't want you to know I'm there. I don't want to know that you're there either. I just want to do my thing in my stall. And
so do you use a public restroom at work? Is that what you're referring to? Because that's, to me, what is the most awkward, because you know everybody in there.
Well, yeah, see,
and then
that's
you have to decide if you're going to actually say hi to each other, or if you're going to just wait until maybe after you've used the toilet and then you're washing your hands and then it's okay to talk to each other.
No, I don't even want to face. I don't want to face anybody. I'll let them. I'll just sit in my stall until they're gone. If someone comes in while I'm in there, I'll just be like, okay, do your thing, leave, and then I'll get up.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I do. I've worked in office buildings, whatever, my entire thing. You have a different deal, right? You're
a teacher.
You're a teacher at a junior high. So, do you have the faculty restroom or?
So we have one faculty restroom at the school I'm teaching at now.
Okay.
Which is, I've never had that before. In the other schools I've taught at, there's always been multiple restrooms. So if you go into one and there's somebody in the stall or something, you can go to another one. And in this school, there's only one. So if you go in there and there's nobody there, then you have to either wait or you have to go to one of the kids' restrooms, which not ideal.
There's one stall?
There's one male bathroom and there's one female bathroom. And if you go in the male bathroom, there's two urinals, one higher, one shorter, and then there's one toilet to sit on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and in my previous job, I would at my previous job there was we had a floor of a building, and then there were other floors with other businesses and whatever, and I would find I would be oh, the third floor one
nobody uses,
no one is there, so I'm gonna go to that one. I would go to that one every time. That's how anal I guess I am about this. I don't know.
I think that's definitely unusual to not want to come out until everybody's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily
Yeah.
unusual to not want to have a conversation with somebody. When I go in the bathroom, like we're talking about, like at work in a public restroom, I know some people are chatty and some people aren't, and so I usually decide to like play it by ear and just let them, like, if they don't want to talk, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like by the time we're done and we're washing our hands, then it's like no problem to be like, hey, how's it going, man? Because then it's not awkward anymore.
Maybe.
But other people are just sitting, like, one person's using the urinal, one person's with the door shut, and they're having a conversation with each other, and like it doesn't bother them. To me, if I'm sitting down, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Me either. Forget that. But like, here's the thing though. The other thing is, like, I'll be as quiet as possible. Like, I don't want anyone to hear me or anything. And like, there are people that'll come in and like sit down and be like, or whatever, right? And I'm just like, dude, seriously? Like, can't you just like keep that a little bit to yourself? But there are some people that just sit down and just unload and just like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, it's not like we can see each other, I guess, but like, I don't want to hear you either.
Right.
And then there's always the guy that'll come and sit like in the stall right next to you when it's like, there's like plenty of stalls, dude. Go down there. No, he's right next to you.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Anyway. And so when I got married, you know, I was like, oh, how's this gonna work, right? Like, you know.
Oh.
Right. I was like, you know, like.
That's true too, because different people are going to be different.
Yeah,
like,
I've never experienced. I mean, I've never, you know, lived with a woman before, right?
Right.
So it's like, what's that going to be like?
I'm in my second marriage, so I think my first wife was more, didn't really care, and my wife now is like, hey, can I talk to you after I'm done?
Yeah.
Like instead of a lot of times, if she's in the bathroom, I'll keep talking to her, and she'll be like, hey, I'm almost done. Can you like give me some privacy, give me some alone time until I come out?
That's interesting.
And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, whatever.
Because my wife, you know, from the get go, she's just like, you know, she just sits down on a toilet, door open, whatever, right? She was just like, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that the Band-Aid's ripped off, right? Like, okay, that's cool, I guess. This is how it's gonna be, you know?
Yeah.
So like that got over that pretty quickly. That was good. But
so now you just need to do that when you're in a public restroom.
No. So, but the thing is, so she, and the funny thing too is like she'll sit down on the toilet and then start talking to me. Mm-hmm. Like she's like, it's the opposite. It's like you and your wife, but like she'll sit down on the toilet and start talking to me, and I'm like, look, I don't like, just because you're immobile doesn't mean I want to sit here and like just do your thing. I'll be in the other room. You can talk to me later. Like, I don't want to be stuck right there. And she does the same thing in the shower. She'll get in the shower and then she'll start talking to me, and I'm like, no, just take your shower. Like, I'm not gonna sit here the whole time you're taking your shower. Well, so you can talk to me. Anyway, but that's fine. But I still love her.
I've had that happen with my wife before too, where she thinks that I'm listening to her and I walk away and she's like, hey, I was talking to you. I'm like, oh, well, just talk to her when you get out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Same idea. Like, I don't want to stand here wondering if you're still having a conversation with me for 20 minutes or whatever.
But, yeah. So you're not as weird as I am about bathroom things.
I don't think so. I've heard stories about people who like can't even use a public restroom. Mm. Like they go on vacation and like they can't go number 2 the whole time they're there, and they finally like have to because they're gonna like explode or something. Mm-hmm. So at least you don't have that problem.
I'll try to like. Yeah, yeah, sort of. I'm mostly okay that way. But there are times where I'm just like, I'm just gonna hold it till I get home. You know what I mean? Like, for sure, there are times like
Because you
that.
don't like public restrooms,
Yeah, I don't like public restrooms, and I don't like.
sharing them with other people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird, I guess, but
At one school, I had a restroom right next to my classroom, and it was just for one person, so I could go in there and just lock the door, and it's like, this is my own restroom. It was really nice.
yeah, that's way nice. Um, yeah, those are the best kind where it's just like, I don't know. But so we're 11 minutes in. So now let's talk. We're going to transition to transitional people in the bathroom.
Oh,
because that's like the latest thing, right?
Oh.
And my observation about that, I'll just say this: it's funny to me that like the men are the ones that are causing the problem here, right?
So people who
men in general, right? Like men are just pervy, right? Even if they're like men who want to be women, like they're still men, right? Like, I mean,
they were born men.
Well, I mean, like, look. Well, let's put it this way. So, if you're a dude, you've had this fantasy. I guarantee it, where you're like, hey, what if I could turn invisible? Right? And what's like the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, I would go down to the women's locker room, or I would go to Susie's house and wait till she takes a shower, right? Like every man has thought this, right? I'm not the only one, okay? Have you thought that? Leave a comment in the down below. So what I'm saying is like, only men like are gonna take advantage of this situation, right? So like what I'm saying is like nobody cares about like women who have transitioned to a man like being in a man's bathroom. I don't think anybody cares about that. I don't care about that, right? Like,
I think it'd be really weird if I've been working with a coworker,
if you knew the person before,
and I've always thought of them as a woman, and then all of a sudden next year it's like, oh, I want you to call me Bob and use he him pronouns, and now I'm going to use the guy's restroom, and I was in the restroom with that person. I think that'd be strange. Maybe I'd get used to it. I don't know. I've never had that happen before, but I think that'd be weird.
Like,
but I can see why women would probably have a harder time with somebody who they've always known as a guy,
right?
And then all of a sudden the guy now wants to be. But I don't know. Maybe it seems to me like women are more accepting of guys that are gay than guys are.
Sure.
So maybe they would be accepting of it. I don't know. In my experience in junior high, the kids who are trans, they just want. I think what the happy medium is there's just a restroom that they can use where it's just their restroom where they're in there by themselves, kind of like what you want. They don't want to have anybody else in there, and then it doesn't cause anybody problems.
Like it's a unisex bathroom, but you go in and you lock the door.
Yeah, and then there's because they're not actually trying to take advantage of anybody. They just want a bathroom. And to be honest with you, I don't know. In the years I've been teaching, when there's been a lot more trans kids, I haven't even heard what there's been any issue or anything like that.
Okay. I mean, there have been issues, though.
Oh, I'm sure there have been.
In general.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's always, even in the sport, with the sports thing, it's always like, it's the men that are competing against women that are the problem, right? No one cares about. There are no women saying, "Oh, I want to compete as a man with men."
Well, I'm sure there are.
And maybe there are,
but it's not making everybody angry because they feel like their kids now didn't get a scholarship because this new trans person just like destroyed everybody, did way better than everybody else. But at least not that I know of.
But the thing,
that's not what you hear about in the news, right?
and you can have like the private bathroom deal only works to a certain extent though. Like if you're at a sports arena or something, like you can't have like, you know, like personal things.
So you can have like a family restroom, right? And then that way, like a dad could take his little girl in there, and it's not awkward, right?
I mean,
or a mom could take her son in there.
I mean, people do that
so
anyway.
It's the same kind of thing.
People do that.
Does that make you feel awkward when you're in a public restroom and some guy comes in with his daughter?
Not really. I mean, I don't.
I understand that he's doing the best he can, but I definitely feel awkward. I'm just like, oh, hi there. But then you're like, oh, well, I'm never going to see this person again. I'll just hurry and finish and leave.
Well, I mean, if my back's to him or whatever, I mean, it's not like she's standing next to me while I'm doing it, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't really care. I don't even really care if like a gay guy's in my bathroom, right? I'm just like, okay, just like don't look at my wiener, right? But I mean, that's the thing though. Like men are pervy. Women aren't pervy. Like women, no woman would ever like be like, no woman would ever like try to use the loophole of like,
I'm gonna pretend like,
oh, I identify as a man because I want to go in and look at guys' wieners all day, right? Like, no woman would ever do that. But like men are gonna do that, right?
They're gonna have testosterone.
Yeah.
We have a higher sex drive.
Yeah.
It's built into our makeup.
True. So anyway, I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny that it's funny and sad because men are men, but you know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call it toxic. I mean, I guess there's toxic masculinity, but like it's just there. I mean, women. There's a bad side to women too, right? Like men have their bad side, women have their bad side. They're different bad sides, right? But they're just
Well, you have all these videos with Karens, right?
Yeah, like Karens. Like
but then like there's no name for guys that are like awful people, like Karen.
Toxic males. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
When I was in college, so I'm going to school in Logan, where it's really, really cold in the winter, and I'm an art student. So I have all this heavy winter clothing. I have this giant art case that I'm carrying around with me with my like sketch pad and stuff. And so when I get to the student center and go to use the restroom, I'm like, I'm going to go in the handicap stall because then I can like unload all my stuff off and have plenty of room, right? So I'm in there and I'm reading the newspaper, and I see below the door, I see the wheels of a wheelchair coming up to my door, and it just hits the door and goes bam, and like knocks it open. And I'm sitting there with my newspaper, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Whoa, no way.
So, and then from then on, I saw that guy everywhere on campus. Yeah. Have you ever had that where it's like you have something happen and then then you realize you probably saw him all the time before, but you didn't know who they were, and now you see him all the time.
And now you're like, let's hit them again. But here's the thing, like I think the problem is like a lot of transitionals, like they don't all pass. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like a man who's transitioned to a woman, they don't always pass as women.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's like I don't have any problem with like if a woman has transitioned, she looks like a man, she comes into my bathroom, like
you probably wouldn't even notice.
Right.
And you wouldn't even think twice. You know right. I mean? Right.
But like I can see like if some like masculine guy like comes walking into a woman's bathroom, but like maybe they have makeup or you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
But they're not quite there. You know what I mean? It's like that's kind of disturbing, I guess. I mean, and I wouldn't. I don't know. I guess. Well, I guess it's different for women too because like of the power differential, right? It's like if a woman comes into even if like a straight up woman came into my bathroom, I'd probably just be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't really care all that much because I don't like feel threatened by that. But like, but a man in a woman's bathroom, like that can feel threatening.
Right.
Right.
However, women are all in stalls with their doors shut.
Yeah,
whereas men are all standing there, not all, but a lot of men are standing there kind of exposed.
To some degree, yeah.
But I still agree with what you're saying, though. I still feel like, just like if you think about like walking, if I'm walking alone at night and I see a woman, I assume that she feels threatened by me, not the other way around, right? And so I will maybe go to the other side of the street or give her some space just to let her know that I don't have any,
yeah, that's a
malintent or whatever.
That makes sense.
So I think you're right.
But anything else on that before we? I have one other thing.
Okay.
And that is, I think it's weird when a dude, like there's a urinal, but the dude has to like goes in a stall and like stands up and like pees in the toilet. Like there's a urinal, dude.
That is weird. But maybe they're like you and they want their privacy.
Maybe.
I've seen that in my school when there's like a bunch of guys that are all waiting to use the bathroom and there's only 2 urinals, so somebody goes in there.
That makes sense.
I don't know why you'd do it otherwise. That seems weird.
I've seen guys do it otherwise, and it's like I guess what you that's how you do it at home, so you may as well. So you're just used to that. So you do it. I mean, if I had a urinal at home, like I'd use that all the time.
Right.
I love urinals.
I'm 6'3", so I hate it when I go in there and somebody's using the tall one and there's the short one left over, and I'm oh man. So I can see why somebody maybe would. I don't like the idea of peeing in the toilet in the public restroom though.
Mm-mm.
I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
I would use the short urinal.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done that before.
Yeah.
Got number one in the sit down toilet in a public restroom.
If there's a urinal, I'll use the urinal.
Unless I feel like I have to.
I love urinals.
I think that's weird. Have you heard of guys who have like their own man cave and they have a urinal in their man cave?
No. That's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know why we don't have, well, yeah, I do know why we don't have urinals, because it's like, what's the point? If you're living, I mean, like you could just as easily install a urinal than a toilet, but then, or I mean, you could have a urinal and a toilet, but then it's like, why, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you're in a family and like, what, you have a dad and 2 boys and a mom and a girl, it's like,
right.
do you need a urinal?
No.
Let's just all have a toilet, whatever. Okay. Anyway, that's it. So, there you go. We solved the world's problems once more. Once again.
Doesn't it surprise you when you go into a public restroom and there's signs that tell you things that are like completely obvious, like employees must wash their hands before they go back to work, or please don't throw garbage in our toilets? Like, what is happening in this bathroom?
Yeah,
where they have to feel the need to tell people things that should be completely obvious. Don't flush diapers down the toilet. Well, who did that once?
Yeah, or tampons or whatever.
Or paper towels. Like, what? What are people doing here?
I hate when I go into like a bathroom at a restaurant and it's like, remember to wash your hands, right? Like, because I'm like, did the, like, especially if the employees use that bathroom, I'm like,
But how many times have you gone to a public restroom and you've seen people just walk out without washing their hands? So,
yeah,
I guess that's why they have to have signs for Neanderthals who don't know.
Okay, well, be safe, be clean, and we'll see.
Don't talk to Brandon if you see him in the public restroom.
Just don't. Wait till I get out of the restaurant. Not right outside the door. Wait good ways away. Just okay. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Alrighty, take care.